No, Father, I defy only a law that does not know love.
In the kingdom of Zaramu, where the rivers sang to the wind and the baobab trees whispered ancient secrets, there was a law that no commoner could wed a noble. It was an unbreakable tradition, woven into the kingdom's foundation like the golden embroidery of a royal robe. But love does not listen to laws.
And just like that, you have created a beautiful AI animated African folktale. With AI, we can preserve and share our stories in a way that reaches the world like never before. How to create African folktale story videos using AI. Hello, Billionaire Farm. My name is Remy. What if I told you that you could bring African folktales to life with AI? No expensive animation team, no technical skills, just you, your story, and AI magic. In this video, I will show you step by step how to create stunning AI animated African folktale stories using AI tools. Let's dive in. For generations, African folktales have been passed down through storytelling, teaching wisdom, culture, and history. But today, AI can help us bring these stories to life in a way that's never been done before. In this tutorial, I will show you how to use AI tools to generate animated characters inspired by African culture, AI voiceovers to narrate your folktales, AI generated backgrounds that feel like home, and bring it all together in an easy to create animated story. Let's get started. Step 1. Choose your African folktale. Decide which African folktale you want to animate. I have examples that ChatGPT gave to me. Anasi the spider, the tortoise and the hare, the lion's deception, or you can write about family conflict, forbidden love, betrayal, and deception. The first thing is to decide on your topic and title of your African folktale. Input prompt into ChatGPT to generate the title. I'm going to be putting a prompt into ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT is going to generate for me. Generate a list of compelling title ideas for an animated YouTube video series centered around a dramatic African love story set in a fictitious African-inspired culture. So this is my prompt. So you can decide to change the fictitious to whatever you want to add there, whatever culture you want to add. But I'm using fictitious for the purpose of this tutorial. The series should explore themes such as betrayal, deception, forbidden love, family conflict, and tradition. And these are all the titles ChatGPT has given to me. So I'm going to pick one. I will pick a title, Tears of the Forbidden Bride. This is an example, okay? So if you don't have a script, use AI like ChatGPT to generate a folktale story script based on your title. So my title is Tears of the Forbidden Bride. I'm going to put this in and ask ChatGPT to generate a script for me. So the prompt I'm going to be using is, I'm going to say, write a short African folktale about Tears of the Forbidden Bride. So let's see what ChatGPT will generate for us. ChatGPT has generated the script, and this is what we have. So step 2, generate AI animated characters. Use DALL-E, Midjourney, or Microsoft Bing to generate character illustrations with African features, traditional clothing, and unique expressions. If you prefer 2D animation, try Storyboard AI, Adobe Animate, or Canva Animation. Use prompt-based character design like create an African elder storyteller wearing a kente cloth sitting under a tree. This is what I generated with DALL-E. Let's try Microsoft and see what we can generate. So I'm going to put in that prompt and then let's see what it gives us.
I'm going to be trying Microsoft Bing, and I'll also try Microsoft Designer. So you can decide to change your prompts to fit or suit your story. Click on create. Let's see what we have. Okay, so this is what it's giving me. You see, whichever one you prefer. I think I prefer this one. So you click on whichever one you prefer, and then you can download. You can share, you can resize, you can do whatever you want to do with this, right? So I'm just going to click on download. I'm going to download it, or you can just save it. Okay, click on save, and it's saved to your collection. And then the next thing I'm going to do now, like I said, I'm going to try it on Designer. This is Microsoft Designer. I'm going to input the same prompt. Let's see what it's going to generate. This is Microsoft Designer, and the other one is Microsoft Bing. They are almost the same. Okay, so let's see what it generates. And this is what it's giving me as well. Like I said, Microsoft Designer and Microsoft Bing, I think they're very close, So you can decide whichever one you prefer here, you can download as well. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do now is, after downloading this, try different softwares and see which one you prefer. Okay, but with the Microsoft Designer, I'm downloading this one. You can click on an image. Once you click on an image, you can decide you're downloading the image if you think you like it, or you click on edit. By the time I click on edit, this is what we have. You can actually remove background, you can blur the image, give it a different color, or you can increase the brightness, saturation, and all that.
Now that we have our script ready, the next step is to bring our characters to life using AI-generated images. First, we will use our script to create detailed prompts for our main characters. If you already have your script, simply input the character descriptions into ChatGPT and ask it to generate detailed prompts. These prompts will help AI tools create images that match your vision. Once we have our prompts, we can head over to AI image generations like DALL-E, Bing Image Creator, or Designer to bring our characters to life. I have already gone ahead and generated prompts for my characters, and now I will use this one by one in an AI image generator to create my visuals. You can do the same for your backgrounds to build a complete scene for your story. Now let's take a look at the images I have generated. And this is what is generated for us. So let's go to step 3. Step 3, generate AI voiceovers. Use 11 Labs AI to generate the voiceovers. Upload your FolkTale script and let AI generate storytelling voices. Choose different voices for characters, narrator, and dramatic effects if you're using all the different characters. For the purpose of this tutorial, we'll just be using a narrator to tell the story. So I'm going to be using one voice, okay? So I'm going to choose a voice that will tell the story very well, that matches the characters. You can adjust voice pitch and tune to match different storytelling modes. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to open 11 Labs. That is the software. I'll put the link in the description box below. You can click on that link and then open it. If you've not signed up to an account, you need to sign up to an account. Once you've done that, you click on text to speech. So this is where we're going, text to speech. And then wherever you have your script, copy your script and you paste here. I've already copied my script. I'm going to paste it here. This is our text. We want to generate it to a speech. So you can decide you want to use your own voice. So you can record this by yourself if you decide you want to use your own voice, or if you're using any of the AI voices. Then here on your right, this is where you're going to be choosing what you want to use. You can decide to choose whichever one. You can play it and hear what the voice sounds like. Like for this column now, I'm going to play it.
Love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit.
Okay, this is a character, okay? Rachel is the narrator. Let's click on her here.
Well, if you don't know where you're going, because you might not get there.
Okay, other voices that you can try.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Failure doesn't mean you are a failure, it just means you haven't succeeded yet.
So you decide which one you're choosing. Okay, so I've chosen Rachel. So let's try Rachel and hear what hers is. So I'm going to click on generate speech. Once it's done, the next thing you need to do now is download. Step 4. Design stunning AI backgrounds. Use DALL-E, Midjourney, or Microsoft Bing to generate African-themed landscapes, villages, forests, savannas, rivers. Example prompts for background. You can write, create a sunset over an African village with mud huts and trees. For animated backgrounds, use Runway ML's AI animation tools. Step 5. Assemble and animate the story. Upload all elements into Canva, CapCut, or Adobe Premiere Pro to bring the animation together. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro. So use CapCut if that's what you prefer. The last step is for us to bring in all the videos to your video editor. So whatever video editor you're using, bring in all your images, your video, your audio, bring in everything. I'm going to import and bring in my files. So I have imported my files. I have my assets here. So if I open it, I've organized them. I have all the assets here. I open this. I'll see my audio. This is the audio I'm using, and this is the 11 laps. That's our audio for our video. So these are our images. So I'm going to arrange them on the timeline. So I'm arranging them on the timeline, and then I'll put the voiceover and then arrange them nicely. I have a few images for the princess here, so I can decide to change and use whichever one I prefer. So once I've done this is not the exact. I'm going to use the voice to decide where I'm placing what image. Okay, this is my audio. This is 11 laps. I'll listen to my audio and I'll decide to place where I'm placing what. Okay.
In the kingdom of Zaramu, where the rivers sang to the wind and the baobab trees whispered ancient secrets, there was a law that no commoner could wed a noble.
You need to generate everything you need and then place it accordingly. And then you can use transitions as well. If you're using CapCut, use transition. We have some transitions here. Video transition, for example. If I want to use deep to black, I can take this and place on here, okay? So that when it's moving from one to the other, there's that effect. You get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and arrange everything together, okay? And then I'll play it for you.
In the kingdom of Zaramu, where the rivers sang to the wind and the baobab trees whispered ancient secrets, there was a law that no commoner could wed a noble. It was an unbreakable tradition, woven into the kingdom's foundation like the golden embroidery of a royal robe. But love does not listen to laws. In the bustling village of Ombu, a humble weaver named Kanto fell in love with Princess Nira, daughter of the great King Obade. She, too, loved him, for in her eyes, she saw not a commoner, but a man whose heart was richer than any throne. One night, under the glow of the full moon, Naira and Kanto made a vow by the sacred Moonstone River, a place where lovers swore their eternal bond. They would run away to the far hills, where no one could stop their love, but the spirits had ears. A jealous courtier, Zunba, who longed to marry Nira, overheard their plan and rushed to the palace. Enraged, King Obade summoned the oracle of the ancestors, who declared, "If a noble weds a commoner, the ancestors shall weep, and their tears will bring ruin." The king's judgment was swift. At dawn, Naira would marry a prince of royal blood. That night, as the palace prepared for the wedding, Kanto sneaked into the courtyard. When Naira saw him, her heart leaped with hope, but her father's guards seized him before he could speak.
You defy the will of the ancestors.
The king roared.
No, father.
Nira pleaded.
I defy only a law that does not know love.
But the king's heart was made of iron, unmoved by tears or pleas. At dawn, as the wedding drums thundered, Nira walked to the altar in golden robes. But as the final vow was spoken, dark clouds gathered over Zaramu. A chilling wind swept through the land, and from the heavens, rain began to fall. Not ordinary rain, but silver tears that burned the earth where they landed. The ancestors were weeping. Fearing the wrath of the spirits, the people ran, the guests fled, and the prince trembled. Only Naira stood in the storm, her face lifted to the sky, her own tears mixing with those of the ancestors. "I will not love another," she whispered. And as the storm raged on, Naira vanished into the rain, her golden robes turning to mist, her sorrow becoming part of the wind. The kingdom of Zaramu never saw her again. But to this day, when the rains fall without warning and the rivers overflow, the elders say it is the tears of the forbidden bride, mourning a love that was never meant to be.
And just like that, you have created a beautiful AI animated African folktale. With AI, we can preserve and share our stories in a way that reaches the world like never before. Want to try this yourself? Click the links in the description for AI tools to start your journey. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up, like and share so that more people can see this video. Comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Take care and God bless.